welcome to Sweet Pea Seeds Inspirations. My name is Sydney, and it is that time of week again. So welcome back to All Things Yarn Related, or if you are new here, welcome to All Things Yarn Related, which this is a vlog where I like to share with you guys what I'm currently working on and a little briefing of who I am and what this channel is about. I am a designer as far as knitting and crocheting goes. I write my own patterns, but I also do tutorials as well. If you are interested in checking out my written patterns, those are going to be on my Raverly page. But of course, I have tutorials here on the channel as well. I do spin my own yarn, and I also weave as well. So those are some of the many hobbies that I enjoy, and I have dedicated this channel specifically to anything that is yarn related. So I also have many different platforms as well, and if you would like to check those out, I will go ahead and list them, but they will also be down in the description box for you. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter weekend, and if you did, please let me know that down in the comments. We had a very busy but wonderful Easter weekend. It is springtime here in South Carolina, so we have been working heavily in the garden, but also working on some of those outside home improvement projects as well. So things have been slowing down here in the crafting room. So with springtime and summertime coming around and being outside more, these videos are going to probably be shorter than what I typically do in the wintertime. With that being said, it being springtime. And I've even also kind of considered maybe going back just for the time being to every other week of doing an update, but I haven't fully decided on that just yet. Let me know your recommendations or your thoughts on that. Now, the main focus for this week was to get the poncho that I was talking about in last update video completed. And I had really high hopes that it was going to be done this week, considering how fast moving it was. Unfortunately, I had some issues on behalf of my part and not paying attention. And somehow when I worked up my chains, I ended up increasing the poncho sizing of the second panel. How I did that, I have no clue, because I thought I did the same amount of chains as the first panel, but somehow I did not. So I did not realize this until I got about 46 rows in. So I got more than halfway into the second panel when I realized that I actually increased the sizing of it. So I ended up ripping all that out and starting fresh over and making sure that I was paying attention to how many of the repeat units I was actually doing. So I've gotten to almost the point of where I ended up having to frog the first go at of the second panel. So this is the second panel of what I have gotten done. And I've also been working on the center connecting point of the two panels, which last week I kind of kept it a secret, but this week I will give you some intel of what I am doing. So in the center portion of the poncho, of the connecting of the two panels, is going to be 3 granny squares. And this is the granny square that I have decided to go for. And the naming of the poncho, I am looking at beach vibes or something that's along beach. Being that the color of this reminds me of water or aqua and the beach, and it's like a seafoam green, so it kind of reminds me of the beach. And then this reminds me of the sun, so it kind of goes together. If you catch my drift, then you get it. Other than the poncho, the main thing that I really wanted to dial in this week was to make a continuing roving off of my drum carter, which has not been very successful on my part, being that it's not very easy to do when first starting off. So I was actually able to make a few strips or several strips of roving with the Suffolk wool that I ordered back at the end of January. after I ordered my drum carder, which was the beginning of January, and I actually received the drum carder the beginning of March. So I've had it for about a month now, and I have loads of fun with it. And the reason why I got the drum carder was there's a few different reasons why I got the drum carder. But one being that I have a bunch of alpaca that I've got to process. And some of you guys know, if you've been around on the channel for quite a while now, you know that I was using hand carders to card out the alpaca, which was taking a lot of effort and a lot of time. So that's part of the reason why I got the drum carder, was to help me on the behalf of processing the alpaca, which I have been processing baby alpaca. And the thing with a baby alpaca is it's so short in staple length. So when I do pull it off of the drum carder, it just wants to fall apart. So I've gotten two bats here that are kind of just like hideous looking. But I did card up some baby alpaca. And then I also carded up some alpaca that I received when I ordered the Suffolk wool. So I'm not for sure exactly what kind of alpaca this or breed it is. But here is the bat that I was able to make out of that. They sent 2 ounces of alpaca, and I kind of split that in half, and I think this is about 1 ounce of alpaca fiber. So that's really all I have been working on this past week. What are you guys working on? Do you guys have any plans for the weekend? And if you do, please let me know that down in the comment section. I would love to hear. But that is it for me for this week. I hope you all have a beautiful weekend. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Friday.